Hello and welcome to Simba Wakati from home. Now, some of us are back at school and some of us are still at home, but overall we're all still going through a pretty weird time. But hopefully we're all making the most out of the situation. So if you've been following along with our videos, you may have already made some amateur empanadas, knitted yourself a scarf, and so for today we are going to be making some raspberry and lemon muffins. So without further ado, let's get cooking! Before we start, make sure to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. First up, we're going to sieve in 2 cups of flour to a bowl. Now we're going to sieve a tablespoon of baking powder. Then you can add a pinch of salt, and you can put your bowl of dry ingredients to the side. Now we're going to add 1 egg to the bowl, and we are going to beat that in with, I'm going to use half a cup of sugar opposed to a cup of sugar, but you can do whatever floats your boat. And then we're just going to whisk those together. Okay, so now everybody's favorite part about cooking with lemons, we are going to be zesting a whole lemon. Make sure you wash your lemon beforehand and get ready for this arm workout. I always find it funny when people buy like already grated cheddar or already diced lettuce and all those sorts of things. But honestly, if I saw a bag of already zested lemon zest, I'd buy it. I would buy it. All that just from zesting some lemons. So we're gonna bring back our bowl with our egg and sugar, and we're just going to add around half of the lemon zest. That was a bit more than half. And we're just gonna mix that in. After mixing in your lemon zest, I'm now going to add in 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter. In the recipe it calls for 1.25 cups of sour cream. However, I do not have sour cream. So instead I'm going to add 1.25 cups of natural yogurt. A handy tool that I've come across is this thing called a flessenlecker. For anybody who speaks Dutch, my apologies for my pronunciation. But it's a really handy tool. If you have a bowl or a jar and you can't get stuff out of it, it's great for just scooping out all those last bits. And now we're gonna mix it all in. So the recipe doesn't actually call for this, but I'm actually just going to juice half of the lemon that we've just zested, just to add a bit more of that lemon flavor. I'm just going to add this juice to the bowl. Try not to get any of those pips in. Just going to mix the juice in. Now that we've got our wet ingredients all mixed together, I'm just going to create a well in the middle of our dry ingredients, and then I'm going to pour in the wet ingredients slowly to the dry mix and well it in. So now I'm going to bring back the good old flessenlecker and scoop out all that's left of the wet ingredients. Kind of got rid of the well, but you're just gonna mix it all in together. When your mix starts to look a bit like this, you're on the right track. You can add a splash of milk or a splash of water if you think that it's maybe a bit too dry, but this should be good. And yeah, you can really smell the lemon, really lovely. So I'm going to add 2 cartons of raspberries to the mix and just have to mix them in. I'm now going to grease the muffin tray. What I normally do is I put the muffin tray in the oven for a couple of minutes, and I just take a stick of butter, and I just go in and it melts and greases the tray. So now that we've got a greased tray, I'm going to take a spoon and scoop in our batter into the muffin tray. So I'm now going to put the muffins in the oven, and I'm going to let them cook for 20 minutes. So as we continue to wait for our muffins, I'm just going to make a glaze to put on top of the muffins. Of course this is not necessary, but it's just a nice little kick. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of icing sugar, and I'm just going to sieve it in a bowl. I'm now going to take this other half of the lemon that we didn't squeeze before, and I'm going to juice it. and I'm gonna pour that into the icing sugar. Now I'm gonna take a small spoon and mix that together. And I'm gonna add the other half of the lemon zest that we didn't use before, and I'm also going to put that into the glaze. So it's been 20 minutes and I'm gonna take out the muffins. Here are our muffins. They look and smell amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna poke holes in the muffins with a knife, or if you have like a kebab skew, you can use that, and then I'm gonna pour the glaze on top of them. And then I'm gonna let them cool for around 15 minutes, and then they'll be ready to eat. So now that you've let the muffins cool for a bit, they are ready to eat. And I think they look absolutely amazing. The colors just look really nice, the little zest on the top, the color of the raspberries. So let's eat. Really good. Really, really, really good. They're super moist. It's just a perfect combination of tart and moist muffiny. These are amazing. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Simba Wakati from home, and I hope you're feeling tempted to go and make some muffins. And make sure to wash your hands after cooking, and you can go back and watch our other Simba Wakati videos, and I hope everybody is staying safe.